On the internet to try to find a tool to remove ball moss from oak trees. I'm in Texas, Austin, Texas in particular, and we have a little bit of trouble with ball moss on the trees. It's unsightly. It's not particularly good for the tree. It tends to grow on the dead branches, so you want to remove it. Let more air in. It doesn't really necessarily do particular direct damage to the trees because it doesn't live off the tree. Nonetheless, we want to keep our ball moss under control and not have it overwhelm the tree. So real super basic tools. I couldn't find anything on the internet that showed me anything, so this is what I've done. I've taken this garden tool. I've gone ahead and I've welded this particular tool. It's kind of one of those tools onto this piece of straight metal pipe. I'm taking this painter's extension pole. Look at this. Well, the reason I like this is that you can be on a ladder and you can collapse it, and so it's only about, about 5 feet. You can extend it, and now it's about 7 feet, and then you put that thing on, you get about a 9-foot reach. So that's using real simple tools, and more than likely you may already have one. You may not want to get a new one. You may want to use one without this extension capability where it kind of goes in and out. This again, the problem is this is threaded, as you know. And what I've done is modified this thing, and now this thing will thread into here, and it gives me a nice secure connection so that we can go up into the tree and grab that ball moss and pull it apart or pull it down. Now this female part, if you will, this is the female part. This comes off of a paint roller. So I've gone ahead and cut the paint roller. I've jammed this thing inside of this pipe, and then we've used this screw to secure it. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail, but that's the intention of this project today. You will note that I went ahead and I pushed these tines closer together here. Look, so that if I've got a narrow branch, I'll use this side. If I got a little bit wider branch, I'm going to use this side. And these things are pretty easy to open and close. So you could go ahead and customize this space to what in the way you think would be best. So again, that's a good way to use something that maybe repurpose it for something that would be useful for us again. Okay, so what we're going to do, look at this is nicely tapered. We're going to pull this apart, and this whole plastic piece is going to shove into here, and then we'll put another screw, and that should hold it. So I sort of loosened that already. Look at this. It's nice. It's going to fit in there just lovely. Now watch. Put it down here. We'll get it jammed in there as far as we can get it. And we're going to do the same thing. Put a couple screws in it. Just like that. And you see what's going to happen. This thing is going to screw into here. And that's a nice tight fit. Beautiful. I think it's just beautiful. To me, I'm going to cut a little bit off of here because I can look inside of here, and the threads really don't start to bite until much further down. This is just a customizing on this particular manufacturer, but let's go ahead and remove a little bit. You may not have to do this. Let's do the same thing. We're going to drill a hole here. Go through the metal. We're going to go through the plastic. Right there. Through the metal and through the plastic. That should make a good bond. Let's get another screw. Okay, yes. I just put it in my clamp for a little bit easier hold. feel it going through both sides. Here we go. Now we've got a female that we can tie to the end of our pole. So there's a completed piece. Remember, this is from a garden. And some time ago, the wooden handle on it thing broke apart, and I spot welded this metal. But you could get something comparable. It doesn't have to be metal. It could be made out of wood. Metal is awfully nice because then you can affix this thing, jam it inside of it, and then put a screw. And so this whole thing is pretty solid. With this extension, perhaps you can buy longer extensions. Remember, this thing pulls apart. So it retracts, makes it nice because you can now work off of a ladder. You could also work off of the ground. So that makes it pretty sweet. So now you can work off of a ladder, you can work off of the ground, and you can get an awful lot of it done without having a truck, a ladder, a crane, or paying somebody to do it. It's a pretty simple little rig job, if you will, but it seems to work just fine. Pull it, get the leaf at the top. You know, I want to get like a good section of it. Yeah. Now, how about pull the extension out? Works pretty good, don't you think? Certainly safer than working off of a ladder. And look at that, we can even extend it because it's on a painter's pole. Takes the whole branch out. The branch is dead anyway.
I can cut that entire branch out easily to do it.
Yeah, but you can't up there.